Hello friends, my name is Hussain Laghari and today Jim Lochead is with us and he's a traveler, he's a humanist and he's preserver of Mother Earth. He has been working on children, women and other marginalized group of our society in various countries around the globe. So today we are going to discuss situation of children globally, how children are facing difficult situation. So my first question to Mr. Jim Lochead is, what do you think about the situation of children globally in a world where more than 160 million children are being grinded in painful cycle of child labor? According to latest estimates, more than 149 billion children under 5 were affected by nutritional stunning, and millions of children are affectees of wars and crimes. So, Mr. Jim, what do you think about this situation in which our children are being affectees?
Hi, I'm Jim Lochead. I'm a humanitarian. I've got work of mine on 6 continents, and my main concern is for the children. And in our lives, the most important thing is our children. And there's only one time where you do not put your focus on the children first, and that's when you're on an airplane and you're putting your own oxygen mask on first. Other than that, the children are our top priority. Okay, so what's happening in the world? Over 2 billion children are being starved alive today. And there are good disciplines in the world, that guide us on these things and that guide our conscience. And these disciplines are respected more in some areas than other areas. There seems to be a discipline in the West of hate, war, and supremacy. This is not a discipline that most of the world shares. And the group in the world that don't share this discipline have suffered as the victims, especially during the last 500 years of the great aberration, where we've all been led to believe that greed is natural. And the good words have been disappearing every year, maybe only one a year, maybe one every 2 years, and no one's noticing. So when I listen to politicians around the world, and I listen to dialogue of news media around the world, and I look for certain images, and I listen for certain words, and when I don't hear the word children, and I don't see the action for the children happening, I know something's wrong. It doesn't matter what word you call that, something's wrong. It doesn't matter, because we can observe that something's wrong. We see it, and we should look beyond our yard. We should look beyond our country. We should look over the whole world. This is a new world today. Everything is connected. We have to have good connections. We have to be friends. We have to cooperate for peace and for prosperity. Fighting is not the answer, and it's definitely not the answer for America, because America needs to heal. America needs to heal. They need to see where the dysfunction is. There's a lot of good things going on in the world today, but I can't always talk about to everybody, because everybody has their triggers. Everybody has they've gone through their PSYOPs program of TV or Hollywood movies or, any of that crap. So we're burdened. We're burdened with a mindset that's designed to profit creepy men who kill children and make money off it. And they call it sacrifice sometimes or whatever, but it's wrong. And most disciplines of the world understand it as wrong.
So my second question is, what are the impacts of wars on children? You know, we have been witnessing many wars in Middle East, South America, in South Asia, Europe. In all these wars, children being targeted and children were affectees of wars. So what do you think that, what are the major impacts of wars on children?
You know, wars are devastating to children. If these guys want to have wars, go ahead, have your wars, but you can't even kill one child. You can't be bombing places and children dying. You cannot. You can't be doing that. It's wrong. It's wrong in every philosophy, every religion, every discipline, benefiting off the death of children, profiting off the death of children. So Yemen, there's Yemen. Okay, we talked about Gaza, and the situation in Gaza is horrible. The children are being mentally deformed. They're being tortured. They're being terrorized and tortured by the munitions industry of the West. And in fact, if you look at the latest United Nations piece of paperwork about taking the blockade off of Cuba, okay? And it was 184 in favor to 2 against, so it didn't pass. Well, who the hell gave these two evil entities, who gave them the right to stop the world from helping children? Then we go to freaking Yemen. Come on, people, what is fucking wrong with you? These children are being starved to death. You can wrap your fingers around their legs. They're dying alive. We're starving these children alive. But that doesn't include Uganda and Somalia and Syria. We're hurting children all over the world. There's nothing to be proud about that. There's no glory in that. There's no glory in encouraging hate.
So my last question is to you, is how can we change destiny and future of our children globally?
That's easy, because I say this about everything, okay? It's in our fucking minds. It's our mindset. We have to take ourselves out of the mindset of the West, and we have to get ourselves into the 5 or 6 disciplines of peace that exist in the world and are very, very grounded and very founded in the DNA of Asia, because Asia's kept track of this stuff, but it's also grounded in the DNA of all the people of African heritage who have not been allowed to study their own history. They've been so mistreated by the West. And so the world's changed now. The world's changed. This is the new era. Since 2001, a different force has come into the arena, okay? And the other force that was so busy looking in the mirror, they forgot to fix their infrastructure for over 50 years. They just forgot. You know, the politicians don't know nothing about this stuff. It's not their problem. Nobody gets punished. Everybody gets rewarded. And then China comes along, and then America's still asleep.
At last, I would like to ask you that what do you suggest, or what is your message to parents of the children, that how they can encourage their children for their own good and for good future of children?
If you're in the audience and you're happy to be in the audience, and you are happy to watch your TV, and you're happy to watch your telephone, cell phone. You know, at some point, people got to start participating in the world. Plant a tree.